Hey, welcome to Spitz All Beer Review. I am Jammer.
Yes, and I am Shagdog. And we're doing a double beer review.
Yes, and this is our Christmas extravaganza, and me continuing with the famous, if not infamous, Advent calendar of beers for from Sam's, which is from Minus Brewing, which is another brewing company, whatever you were going to say.
Yeah. I see you pulled it out already, so we had the
Yeah,
name
it's number
before.
5.
Yeah, it's number 5. It's an American Pilsner you got there, right?
Yeah.
Uh, According to Beer Advocate Jammer, your beer is it's called American Pilsner. It's considered a Bohemian Czech Pilsner, no score, minus craft brewery, 5% ABV, according to Beer Advocate. You might have something different on the can now.
No, I think that's it. I
Oh,
can for sure.
and I'm
Hold
doing
on.
Hamburg.
Oh, shit.
Hamburg Winter Lager out of Hamburg Brewing Company out of Hamburg, New York. Nothing on Beer Advocate about this particular beer. Jammer, your brewing company there, Minus Craft Brewery, opened in 1845 as the Monroe Brewing Company under ownership of Mr. Bissinger.
Oh,
So
yeah.
brewery property ownership changed hands 10 times until the Minus siblings purchased it in 2006, changing the name to Minus Brewing Company. Prior to that, it was called Joseph Huber Brewing Company, which I heard that before.
Me too.
Which I would have kept that name if it's a classic name, but they changed the name to Brown. Okay, in 2021, the brewery partnered with Nelk Entertainment Group to produce Happy Dad Hard Seltzer. Now, if you go back to Joseph Huber Brewing Company, started in same company, 1845, what it was originally called, the Bloomer Brewery. Their most famous beer was called the Augsburger in 1980s. And they had a couple other beers too that were Rhinelander. They owned some other beer I can't remember. That's about it. But of course, they sold to Stroh's in 1988. So that was actually owned by Stroh's at one time also. Yeah.
Well, what I have to say about that is so you buy a brewery and then you claim that you've been in business since 1845.
Yeah. But to change names, change owners. I can see the
If you
change name, but same owners, but different owners. Yeah.
Yeah, you bought a brewery that's been in business from that time period, but
Right.
Minus Brewing didn't start in 1845.
Right. And they consider that, though, the second oldest American brewer behind England, which I went.
Yeah. See, Yingling has been Yingling all along.
Yeah. Plus, those two siblings are Canadians. So I think they're
Yeah.
Canadians. So even though they own it, it's the main places in America. They have one in Canada too, I think.
Yeah.
I want to consider. Anyhow,
I just think that that's a new company. That's not the same brewery.
right. And I don't think they brew those beers anymore. Rhinelander and Osberger.
I know.
Mine's a winter lager. Nothing on Beer Advocate, but on the can it's 6.3% ABV. Hamburg. It says this is jolly and rich winter lager and body. Jolly and rich body winter lager is lightly spiced with figs and cinnamon. Oh wait, not cinnamon, cardamom. What the hell's cardamom? Cardamom?
Cardamom.
Maybe it's a mistype. While darker in color, it features a smooth and warming finish to pair well with your in-laws this winter. They opened in 2013, Hamburg Brewing. They had a tap room and patio. We invite you to check out our place in Hamburg, New York, where you can relax, listen to some live local music, and of course, enjoy the great beers we have to offer. And I think Hamburg is by the Buffalo area, I believe. So,
Well, mine has nothing on there except that it says American Pilsner and Advent beers crafted for the holidays, 5% ABV. Mine
oh,
comes out with a nice golden orange, almost orange yellow color, kind of hazy, but not, and a nice frothy head there that's quickly dissipating. It's almost egg white. It's not looking like the beach hippie, which was nice and pillowy and made me feel like I would be in pure comfort if I dived in. This one looks a little rough.
It definitely is a darker Pilsner for
Yeah.
sure. Does it have any good qualities on the smell?
It actually smells kind of sour.
Oh no.
Smells almost a little sour, but it smells like a hoppy, a malty kind of pilsner. Little grass notes, but kind of just a slight sourness. We'll see.
All right. And mine's dark. You can see through it a little bit. Nice little head on there still. Eh, almost a two finger.
You
Lady
see how
finger.
quickly mine's dissipated.
It smells like a coffee winter lager, but it smells coffee and cocoa. I don't know what real kind of beer it is. It says winter. Does that look like a lager to you? I don't know. Black lager, maybe. I don't think it says what style of beer it is on here at all. It says winter lager, but I can't read it, so it's so small.
Well, I'm tired of waiting for you to finish reading whatever.
Yeah,
I want
I'll
to
let you
drink.
know what this winter lager tastes like.
All right. Cheers, my friend.
Yeah, I'm getting a cocoa coffee smell in there or something. Let's try it.
Okay. This is a scary thought. To me, has that buttery diacetyl taste, um, which makes me think that it's going bad. However, it kind of goes away with a slight bitter and mellows out to where it almost tastes okay. So I'm thinking, is it going bad or is this the way they designed it to taste? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I could get it if it was. There's not really grassiness to it, although it's there. It's that buttery diacetyl. Makes me think that it's gone bad, you know.
Mm.
But then it mellows out and it tastes pretty darn good. So I don't know. It's a scary one. It's like, oh, we're gonna kill you because you're drinking bad beer, but it tastes so good. Let me have some more. Once you get past that flavor.
Yeah, I'm going to say to Jamie, this might be a black lager Schwartz beer. All I'm tasting is maybe a little bit of a lager yeast type taste in there, a little bit, but I'm getting like a
Yeah,
cocoa coffee, more cocoa than coffee actually, but that's all I'm
yeah.
really getting off it. I'm thinking it might be a Schwartz beer
Mine
style.
actually
I'm really sure.
has like a fruitiness to it.
This isn't real bad, but it's not real good either. I'm just going to go ahead and grade it right now. Jammer, what do you think about that?
I'm all for it.
Yeah, the smell, I'm basically getting mainly a cocoa smell, but cocoa powder type. And same thing on the taste. That's the most prevalent thing there. A little bit of a lager taste underneath.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a straight up C and a small. It's not real bad, not real good. It's weird. I wish I had more information on it to really know what kind of beer it is and everything. But I'm gonna guess it's a Schwartz beer.
What'd you give it?
A straight up C.
Oh.
C and a swallow. It's not bad, but it's not great either.
Well, this one actually mellows out and smooths out to where you don't get so much diacetyl after you drink a few sips.
Mm.
Let's see, that's about half of maybe a little over half of the can, right? That I've drank. So it's taken that much for it to start mellowing out.
Yeah.
It's got a slight fruitiness, but it's got that buttery diacetyl, and then there's a bitterness there with a sense of grassiness. It's not your typical Pilsner, especially American Pilsner is much better than this from other companies, and more reminiscent of a actual Pilsner, like a German Pilsner or a Czechoslovakian Pilsner or Polish Pilsner, European Pilsner. So, that being said, there is that slight hoppiness bitter in there that kind of disappears as you drink it. I'm gonna have to give this probably a straight up C because it's just that weird. It's got good qualities, but then it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just kind of throws you off. So I'll give it a straight up C and a swallow.
One thing this one's surprisingly doing, it's masking the alcohol pretty good, 6.3%. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't even think this is 6.3, maybe a 5.
Well, mine's a 5, and really when it's about a 5, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I can tell when it's a 4.2, 4.5 because it seems watery.
Yeah.
But a 5 is a pretty decent beer, so it's kind of just blends right in.
Sounds like a winner.
It's
Now,
only when
this is one reason I'm glad I moved, because I knew you were going to buy that this year. I would have had to been forced to drink all these beers with you.
Yeah, we would have drank half of them instead of me drinking all of it.
Yeah.
That would have been okay. I don't mind sharing the crap. That would have been my gift to you.
Well, what do you think about the Minus siblings? It's a boy, a man and a woman.
Boy, man.
What? Boy. Yeah, it sounds like it with a name like that. They might be a boy man or a lady boy. Yeah. So you think they did a good job by buying the company and continuing the great tradition of Joseph Huber Brewing by changing the name?
Well, it's a good thing they changed the name because Joseph would probably be upset.
Yeah. Now, when I go to the brewing company's website, I don't see nothing about the Advent beers. So I think it's maybe contracted brewed for them.
They probably don't want to. Yeah, they probably do that. I bet you $1,000,000 they do something like Pabst does.
Yeah.
Contract.
They don't make those beers all year long. They just say, hey, make these beers for us, put our name on there, and there you go. Or they do it themselves,
Or if they do it themselves, they don't want to claim it.
Right.
I don't know. Is it on here?
Maybe it's contracted for Sam's Club. Hey, can you make us these beers for Advent?
Let me see if it says it on here at all. It does say made at the second. Yeah, it does have Minus Craft Brewery continuously operating since 1845. See how they get around it? They say continuously operating since 1845. So it's a brewery that's been continuously operating, but we only owned it for the past 40 years, 60 years, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if it's the same, can you give it to them as the same the building that they brew the beer in?
No, they say it's continuously brewing. So that's how they get around to saying that it's the oldest.
You think they could say that since it's the same building, same brewery building?
That's scary because it probably has asbestos and everything else in it.
Yeah. Because it's going to change hands no matter what. Joseph Huber, or the original family, owned it before Joseph Huber, too. It's going to change hands, whether that's your son, your grandchildren who have a different last name because of your dog.
But it's the same family.
Okay. So it's the same family, yeah.
So
they can't say family owned and operated.
Or like Yingling. It's been Yingling Brewing from the time
Family
it opened
owned and
up.
operated. Yeah, since then.
From the time it opened up, it's been Yingling. All the
Yeah,
way up to today, it's been Yingling.
right,
It hasn't changed its name.
right. Yep.
Now, I can understand if it was Yingling Brewing Limited Liability Company, or and then it changed its name to Yingling Brewing Incorporated or Yingling Brewing Company. That's not a big deal. It's still Yingling Brewing.
Now, what happened when the daughters take over and they change it to their married last names?
Well, I don't
When
think
they,
they should. I think they should keep it Yingling
yeah, it's a shame he didn't have any sons, man. So the owners are never going to
because
get
the
Yingling.
daughters, um, they were Yinglings before.
All right. I tell you what, a grandson who takes it over might have a different last name, but he can legally change his name back to England, right? Just go get it changed. I mean, he's a
If he
Yingling,
wanted to, yeah.
right?
I mean,
I'd like to change my
the
last name.
girls could keep their last name for that matter.
Yeah, that's true too.
And here's the thing: as long as it's family that takes it over and they keep the same name, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
The difference with the Minus siblings is were they related to the original?
no, they're like Indian or something,
See, and how
Canadian
do they
Indian,
know what's good beer?
like Indian from India, I think.
That's what I'm saying. And how do they know what's good beer?
Yeah,
They
what
never
gave them
had.
the idea? Well, I think they owned something in Canada already, some type of brewery, and then when they bought that one there and wherever else in
All I
Wisconsin,
know is
whatever,
there's no famous breweries from India that makes the fantastic beer.
right? Even the guy we met that had that German beer, his partner was from India. It wasn't one beer all I've had by them, and it wasn't that great. It was all right. But,
It was an all right beer, but it was brewed by Germans. That's the thing. It was made
yeah,
and brewed by Germans with a Indian partner.
right. Well, they started it in India though, then moved to Germany to open up the brewery or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, I think the Indian was his chemical engineer.
But what I'm getting at is that the Indians they weren't big on brewing
Yeah,
beer.
what are they big on?
Not eating cows.
Yeah, I mean, what mind altering substance are they big for? Like
Poppy.
they got poppies in India.
Yeah,
All right,
cocaine.
let's Google that.
But they're big on computers, call centers.
Yeah, I'm scamming. Damn. What's the biggest mind altering drug from India? Why is
Alexa,
ayahuasca coming
does
up?
India export drugs?
Here is some information for what is the biggest drug in India? According to NCBI, NIH, alcohol, cannabis, opium, and heroin are the major drugs misused in India, says the
Hashish.
report.
Hashish.
Morphine, propoxyphene, and heroin are the most commonly injected drugs.
Hashish and heroin, probably.
Yeah. Ugh. Yep. Oh, damn it. One of the worst days for me to do beer reviews on.
Well, I think that you should quit whining and suck it up, Buttercup, because we got more to do, and I'm waiting on you.
This one isn't to my liking too much.
Well, that's okay. You just got to guzzle it down and let's move on.
You know how we mentioned before we started doing Christmas beers this year that Christmas beers are the best, but there's really a lot of Christmas beers that are just
Crap.
not very sessionable. Yeah, I mean, some of them are good, but they're not sessionable beers at all. A lot of them.
Yes, there are mostly one or two beers at the most, where
Yeah,
you're sitting around the fire or sitting in the evening, after a good dinner.
right. Now, the
Yeah.
more sessionable ones probably would be the summer beers, although a lot of them I don't like because the grapefruit and the lemon type beers. Yeah.
Well, my thing about the beers, I'll tell you quite honestly, is a lager. A nice lager for summer. That's the best beer.
Yeah.
A good lager beer. Now you start adding all that other crap like the lemon and all that stuff. Okay, it might taste okay, but as far as a sessionable, enjoyable, easy to drink, and continually drink, like with the sessionable type, ways, of
Yeah.
having more than 2, 3, 4, or 5, you know, that's lager beer, and some people, and I would too, depending on which ones it is, would say that the light lager beers are more sessionable than the regular lager beers
Yeah.
for summer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, some regular lager beers are sessionable, more say than some craft beers, but
Yeah.
light beers, I mean, of course, they're light, watery. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they, and here's the thing too. I've heard so many people say, "Well, I drink hard water, the seltzer water. I drink the seltzer water because it just seems healthier." And I don't wake up in the morning with such a hangover with the hard seltzers as I do with the beer. You know, and I would say, well, drink what you are. I mean, if you want to be a watery, I don't know where I was going with this, but I mean, seriously, they come out and they say this, it seems healthier to me because it's water, but it's alcohol. It's still alcohol.
They got some corn taste to them or something. I don't like it.
Yeah, they got the crap in them, so it's not like they're healthier because they are not.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the beer took people through medieval times. So
Yeah. Whole bunch of times.
yeah.
All
All right.
right. Beer.
Done with that beer? Let's move on.
Yeah, let's do it. I
Thanks
guess
for watching, commenting, subscribing, liking, and sharing. This has been another edition of the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
Yes, we will see you. I am Shagdog. We will see you on the next one.
Goes Lane, dancing,
All right.
and all his reindeer on the sleigh.
Here you go.